Hi, hello everyone. My name is Danny Minton, and this is my training seminar presentation over how to improve online learning. Education is key to the future of America. This was a quote from Alex Tabarrok. Ever since the start of COVID, e-learning has become more and more popular over the past 3 years and has become a very major way of how kids are now learning, not only younger kids but also college kids. But yet there are still lots of errors and areas where e-learning can improve, not only to help out professors and teachers but also students as well. I myself can vouch for this because I am taking all online classes right now as we speak, and there are a lot of things that make it very difficult. So throughout the speech, I would like to talk about a few things, and the three main important parts I would like to talk about is organization, personal connections, and also other areas that could help out with e-learning. So first, I would like to talk about how to really improve e-learning would be organization, and organization is very key and vital to just being successful, and I believe it's very, very important, as I said. So keeping the platform simple is something that I think is very, very just important, as I said many times, because when stuff is all over the place and all strung out, it makes it very, very confusing and complicated. And so another thing that you could do with that is you could have each professor or teacher all get together so that way they make sure that their platforms are all very similar and alike, so that way students aren't confused and each and every single course is different, because that makes it very confusing. And for me, that tends to be the case a lot. Another thing is to have a true set calendar that you go by. I have some teachers that don't go by the printed off schedule that they have, and that also makes it very, very, very hard, because you don't have that face-to-face interaction. So you don't know when an assignment just pops up. It just pops up and you might miss it because you don't check it. You're just used to looking at the calendar. So these are just some things with organization that you could use in this area to improve with. Moving on to the next thing, I would also like to talk about making personal connections over e-learning. I tend to see that a lot of teachers and professors don't make personal connections with their students. I myself, though, can vouch that I'm very thankful and lucky to have a professor named Mrs. Sunflower that goes out of her way and above and beyond to help out with students in the classroom. But I also have had professors that have not really done much to help out at all, which makes it very, very confusing and difficult. So making personal connections is very, very important. One thing teachers and professors could start doing is making weekly phone calls to students or parents, so that way they know what's going on in the classroom and they know that that teacher really cares. Another thing could be just weekly meetups in person if you have to, and little tutoring sessions. And while you do, also going back on the phone calls, while you make these phone calls, you can go over any questions that the student has, or just anything, because at the end of the day, that will show the student that you truly care about him or her, their education and future. And this is why I think making personal connections is very important. But moving on to next, I believe that e-learning technology is advancing more and more as we speak, each and every single day. And I believe that by having an app that is connected to your laptop and also your phone as well, that you could have because you're not going to be able to access your laptop when you're on the go every single like anywhere at any time. It's much easier to access your phone. So if there's any new alerts or anything that come up, the app on your phone could then show what alert that is, and that could be a new assignment, or an assignment is about to be due or late. It's just giving you notifications, and it's just it would make it a much easier way to be able to connect and reach out to your students and your students back, and your teachers back to your students. So Like I said, e-learning has a lot of benefits to it, but there's also a lot of things that really need to improve, I believe, because as I said before, and the future education of America is very, very important. And that was a quote from Alex Tabarrok. And so as we wrap up here today, I hope you guys have learned a lot more about just e-learning and the areas that we can work on and we can improve in order to make it just better for the students and for just professors in general. So thank you very much. I hope you guys have a good day, and bye-bye.